I recently did a video on how water carries energetic frequency, imprints, vibration, it has memory, it has consciousness. So here's some of the creative ways that I've used these facts in order to propel my spirituality, to raise my energetic vibration, to ground myself. I love putting bottles of water, and this is something that I do every day. When I go outside and I do my yoga, I place my bottle of water, my bottle of spring water, I place it on the ground. So even if spring water isn't what they say they are, even if they're not quite getting it from the sources, even if along the way they picked up negative vibrations, I put my spring water contact to contact with dirt, with the grass, with wherever I can get contact. And there's grass everywhere, so just put it in the grass. And I let those grounding frequencies of Mother Nature be transmitted to the water. Plastic is not end all be all. If you could see through plastic, trust me, the energy and the frequency can get through the plastic. So, even transferring your water to a reusable glass bottle, glasses is better. Putting your water in a glass bottle, right? If you don't have the money for these sacred geometry stickers, look up sacred geometry stickers, and you can draw them yourself. If you ever heard of the Ankh, the Egyptian symbol for power, it goes like that. You can draw that on your bottle. You can draw love. You can draw hearts. You can draw imagination on your bottled water, on your glass bottled water. Get some markers. They are cheap. They can be washable, reusable, so you can change it up. Write on your bottles, and trust me, whatever you write will be emitted. Just like when you speak, you'll be emitted. Written word carries vibration. Why do you think the Bible is so religious texts are so, why do you think the ancient Egyptian, their texts are so, polarizing, let's say? Because it carries such heavy energy. So write on your bottles. I used to write on my bottles of water. When you're doing your spiritual bath, speak into your bath. If you're doing a bath for self-love, I enrich this bath and that's all that being a witch is. That's all being a person of energy manipulation. That's all it is. You're manipulating energy. Water is energy. You're using positive energy, hopefully not negative, but you're using positive energy to enrich and change your life. That's all witchcraft is. Speak into that water. Be like, I'm enriching this water with the highest levels, the highest vibrations, the purest vibrations of self-love. May I accept my body, my mind, my spirit fully holy. May I treat myself with compassion and empathy. And you stir that sucker around. Use your hand to lock in that vibration. Because all that energy, because it takes energy and motion. Energy is neither created nor destroyed. It is only transferred. So as you're spinning it around with that loving energy, I love myself, I love myself. It can be just as simple as that. I love myself, I love myself, I love myself, I love myself. The energy that is taking for you to speak, and the energy that you're speaking is literally going into the water, because it's formed with your intention. It's armored with your intention. As you're spinning it around the water, all of that energy that your arm is utilizing is going into that water. I love myself. I love myself. Then you get in that bath and you just soak it all up. Place rose quartz crystals in that bath. Place loving crystals in that bath. If you don't have crystals, find you, like if you have teas, Get you some hibiscus if you're trying to do something for love. You know, just look it up. There's so many ways to look it up. Look up chamomile. Take a chamomile bath. Take a lavender bath. Pour you some hibiscus in there, some moringa. Get some leaves from outside. Wash them first if you need. If you're feeling a little... Get some wildflowers. Get some dandelions from outside. If you have beautiful flowers, if you have a garden, if you're gifted roses, a beautiful way that after, you know, the flowers have started to kind of dry up is to use them in a bath. They still carry energetic frequency and energetic imprints. If they're not dust, they still have some little bit of water in there. And as you put them in the bath and they start to rehydrate, I love putting old flowers, dried flowers. You can even put dried like rosemary. If you need to take a bath of protection, you feeling like, oh, this is just, I need to cleanse my aura, I need to protect myself, put an armor on. Put some garlic and some rosemary. Take you a garlic rosemary bath, or just a rosemary if you don't want to smell like garlic. You really won't, but just in case, you know what I'm saying. There are so many ways to do it, to freak it. And it's amazing, and I'm so happy to be able to share this with you guys. Get creative. Get you a little copper cup. Buy you a little copper cup on Amazon. Pour your water in there and drink from there. Yes, it tastes like copper. Buy you some chlorophyll drops. Enrich your water with some good stuff. There's these things called flower essences. And I'm going to shout out the Tree Frog Farm because that's where I got my flower, but you can get them from anywhere. You can put essential oils. I use doTERRA. There's another like leading brand too that you can use. Put some lemon. I used to put lavender drops to help my anxiety. Because essential oils, like I said, whatever you put inside that medium, swish it around. It may coagulate again, but trust me, that frequency, those vibrations, that energy that was in the lavender oil, it is permeating all throughout your water. Drink it. It'll calm you down. It even made me feel like a little like, woo, when I first started drinking it because I was so anxious. Put some cucumber water, lemons in your water, you know, and it's not just to burn fat. It's just so you can equip your H2O with a little bit of H3O2, and guess what? All of it starts to become a little bit more like H3O2. If you ever juice blueberries and how it coagulates and becomes almost like a jelly, that's H3O2. That is so hydrating. That is so good for you. If you can, buy a juicer. It's expensive. I know it. If you can, eat the fruit themselves. You get the same thing. Plus the added benefit of the fiber, and you know what I'm saying? What is some other ways? Moon water. Place your water in the sun. Charge your water in the sun. Place it in sunlight. Get that vitality from the sun. That's why sometimes it's good to have like a glass bottle, because you know I do it with my plastic bottles, but you know you microplastics is a real thing, you know, and as you start to heat up and put it in that UV sunlight, yeah, it probably does get into the water. So get you a glass bottle, or buy you, look, if y'all don't got the funds for some of this stuff, go buy you a Everfresh. Take the seal off that Everfresh, that $2 Everfresh. That is a glass bottle that is sold in almost every drugstore, every freaking convenience store, gas stations. They got Everfresh. It's a glass bottle. Take the wrapper off that sucker, and you write on it, and you use it, and you charge it in the sun, and you put it out during the full moon. You put it out during the new moon. And you get all that delicious silver energy. You look up your colloidal colloidal, colloidal gold, colloidal silver. They got colloidal platinum. Your body is made of all the wonderful elements of nature. Some of you guys are radioactive. Your energy is, you got plutonium, uranium, traces of it within you. Come on now. You like a little mini atomic bomb walking around this mug. Get hydrogen tablets. I used to get hydrogen tablets because hydrogen is such a wonderful element when you look it up. Hydrogen, H3O2, hydrogen, H2O, hydrogen, oxygen. Go outside, breathe in this wonderful air. You know, there's ways, I think, to enrich your water with increased oxygen, but hydrogen, to increase your water with hydrogen, it has such scientific benefits. You can even look it up because there's literally hydrogen tablets. They're a little expensive. Colloidal gold and colloidal silver is a little expensive. Chlorophyll drops aren't, but think of it as an investment in your body, an investment. And if you can, let me tell you, the highest of the vibrations, the highest of the intentions, the purest, if you're just like, look, I don't got the money, but I need some to shake. You hold that water and you just be like, you just pour out your heart, I need some to shake, okay? Best believe you are so powerful. You are so powerful. You have that gold. You have that silver energy within yourself. The sun is free. The moon is free. The earth is free. Because I mean that money is not a barrier. I've been spiritual when I was a travel nurse making $3,000 a week. And I'm spiritual now that I'm not making a good. You can sage your water. Put some Palo Santo, some sage around that crystal bottle, that water. What? Let the smoke envelop the container of the water. Best believe, just because it's not making direct contact, frequency and vibration is real. Think of it as a magnet, two magnets. They don't have to be touching to start being attracted to each other. So I am so excited. I'm so excited to share this information with you. I'm so excited that you guys can really use this to really make your lives better. Spirit, is there anything else that I may have been missing? Like I said, your showers. Take a shower. If you're feeling anxious, you're feeling overwhelmed, you're feeling a little jittery, go and be like, oh, I let today's wash away. I let the anxiety of today wash away. Every time I take a shower, it will ground me. So you get into that shower and it's going to ground your energy, because the reason why it's grounding is because it's pouring. Because water carries, it's a medium, right? It starts to pick up and it starts to wash it down. And it also starts to push your energy down. Do Tai Chi. That's what Tai Chi and Qi Gong is. You're not only, lymphatic massages, lymphatic drainage. Drain them lymph nodes. That lymph in your body, that's water, baby. That's water, baby. That's your energy centers, your lymph nodes. That's the meridians. What? It flows all throughout your skin, all underneath your skin. You can see people doing it for to get your tummy slim, to get your face looking snatched and all that. But besides like the physical cosmetic thing, it really does help with your energy. When you have surgery, you have to massage. Like when you get your boobs done, your butt done, when you have surgeries, period, in the hospital, that's what they have. They're called SCDs, sequential compression devices, because it helps the the lymph drain because you're stagnant. It helps to prevent that fluid from building up. Heart failure patients, the reason why they're at such a disadvantage, because your heart is that pump. It's pumping that fluid, but it's pumping the blood, but it also affects your lymphatic system. And think of that as your powerhouse of your water energy, not just your blood, but your lymph. That cerebral spinal fluid that's going up and down. What? Do them lymphatic drainage, because you can affect your ventricles get drained out through your lymph as well. It gets drained out through things like your tonsils. There's like different structures. Stop getting your tonsils out. Your tonsils are getting swollen because of what you eat. Okay, it is a symptom of a brain infection because it literally drains into your tonsils. Your tonsils are not useless. I've gotten my tonsils out, but it is what it is. I swear they grew back. I swear sometimes they can grow back. I think mine grew back a little bit. I don't think you can stop it. Your sinuses are super important. What? That's sinus drainage. So, look up things about lymphatic massages, you know. Just tap, just a little tapping. Your lymph nodes, here, here, here. Your groin, behind your knees. Those are where a lot of your lymph nodes are, and they get clogged, they get stagnant. And so the energy, the water in your body cannot flow. There was something else that I wanted to touch on before, that I was just talking about lymphatic drainage. I don't know. I don't know. But this is such a good starting point. And you don't need money to implement half of this stuff. You don't need money to achieve the highest. Don't think just because you can't afford colloidal gold or colloidal silver. The sun is gold energy. The moon is Silverian energy. Ask nature. Gold, silver, platinum, these are all elements created from nature. Place crystals by if you can't afford that, crystal energy comes from nature. Place your bottle of water, place your container of water onto the ground and ask nature to infuse your water with that specific energy. Nature has a consciousness. Everything comes from nature. All of these things that I'm speaking of comes from nature. So you best believe nature can supply it for you. It will, it can. And if you guys litter, if y'all listening to me in Baltimore, stop littering. It's just so ignorant. Because who gonna pick up in nature? This is where you live. You're not just throwing dirt and stuff on your house. Maybe you are, but you eventually clean it up. Who cleaning up nature? Stop doing that. That's so trifling. All right, I'm sorry. I just, because that shit really like bothers me. Like, but it's also a reflection of you. If you don't take care of you, if you don't think you're worth taking care of, if you don't see yourself as nature, you treat yourself ultimately how you treat nature, because you are nature. Most likely, if you litter, you don't really take care of yourself. You don't really feel that good about yourself. It's all correlated. So yes, it's some compassion and empathy, being like, okay, get yourself together. Or it's some understanding, some overstanding, but then it's also like, all right, cut it out. But cut it. That is so trifling. You need to cut it. Wait. Y'all threw me off, bird, because you know what I'm saying? They like, don't blame me. You was just off. Littering is so trifling. You need to cut it. I'm still trying, and it's not. Anyways, I hope this helps. I hope this helps. Watch what you listen to. You know what I'm saying? Play some affirmations, play some frequencies, look them up on YouTube. YouTube is free. Come on now. I love listening to stuff. I listen to the sound healers. The sound healers, you know, shout out to them. They have a lot of like great videos. They have videos on everything. You know, you can find things on everything you can think of. Every crystal, every frequency. Look up solfeggio frequencies. 432 is not a solfeggio frequency. And it actually, you know, they say it's beneficial, but it may not be, because, you know what I'm saying, you know, you got to be careful with the spirituality, you know what I'm saying, they love to trick you. But 432 does equal up to 9, but still, you know, there's the good, there's the bad. So, you know, I heard, and I feel like that shit resonated. 432 is really not the best. Yeah. And then maybe we'll talk about fabrics and cotton, but maybe we'll do that on like earth, the earth topic. So